Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri. It's the Green Bay Packers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Hello, everybody. I'm Lindsey Nelson with Paul Horning here in Kansas City for the Packers and the Chiefs, both of whom have had disappointing records so far. Packs 2-5, the Chiefs are 1-6, and they have a new coach.
They sure do. It's no stranger to you fans sitting up there in Wisconsin. Tom Bettis, formerly with the Packers, a great friend of Bart Starr. In fact, they saw each other a little before the coin toss here at Arrowhead Stadium. I'm sure they're friends. They've got nice things to say, but as soon as that kickoff goes, they're going to be enemies. Bettis took over an emotional setup here. Didn't want to take the job, but then relinquish his ideas and said, I will take the job as head coach.
Today he's going to start the veterans, going to Livingston at quarterback, Podolak at a running back, and John Brockington at a running back.
Well, he's no dummy, is he, Lindsey? He's going to go with John Brockington. I think that's an emotional psych for Kansas City. Brockington, yesterday, I talked with John. I think he's ready. He's ready. He wants to play, and I think you might see him run a little bit harder than Green Bay fans have seen him in the last couple of years.
Green Bay Packers, of course, are coming off a 26-0 loss to the Chicago Bears.
They gave up 375 yards rushing, Lindsey. Of course, Walter Payton, what are you going to say about him? He's one of the greatest backs in the league. But Green Bay, both these teams are last in the league in almost every defensive statistical category. They're going to have to play a lot better. Both teams, 2-5, as you said. Green Bay, 1-6. This is the worst start Kansas City has ever had in their 19-year history. So they've got to improve a lot. They're trying to get back to the respectability.
It's artificial turf here at Arrowhead Stadium. The temperature's in the high 50s, and we have an overcast afternoon for the Green Bay Packers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Now let's go down to the field. The Kansas City Chiefs on the near side, huddling for the first time with their head coach, Tom Bettis. Kansas City has won the toss, and they will be receiving to the left as you look at your screen. So the Green Bay Packers will be kicking off here.
Well, the first thing Tom Bettis did, Lindsey, this week is when he had a meeting with the team, he said there's going to be a few changes made. Number one, we're going back with Mike Livingston at quarterback, and he's my quarterback.
Chester Marco will be teeing the ball up to kick it off from the 35-yard line. This is the first time these two teams have ever played during the regular season here in Kansas City. They have played only once during regular season, and that was a 10-10 tie in Green Bay. Of course, these are the two teams that played in the first Super Bowl ever back in January 15th of 1967, and the Green Bay Packers, of course, won that one.
How many years ago has that been?
Well, that was a few.
Seems
Larry
like a
Brunson.
long time ago, Lindsey. The reason we're having a little bit delay in the kickoff, they're waiting for an ambulance. Of course, it's an NFL law, a rule that you must have an ambulance standing by ready.
Larry Brunson and Ricky Wesson are the deep backs to receive the kickoff. Chester Marco puts it up, and it's sailed downfield past the wedge, and Wesson moves up at the 11-yard line. He is at the 20-25 to the 30, and he is spilled at the 32-yard line by Terry Randolph. And so the Kansas City Chiefs start first and 10, and they'll start it at their own 32-yard line. Mike Livingston, number 10, is the quarterback in the air. He's 57 for 121. That's 47.1%. 5 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. There are the running backs with Livingston. There are the receivers. There's the offensive line. Tony Samuelson and Ed Beckman are in a double tight end alignment now for Tom Bettis, Kansas City Chiefs. Livingston waits for the snaps. Quick pitch to Brockington. Brockington tries to turn a corner. Gets just to the line of scrimmage as he goes out of bounds. Steve Luke up to make the tackle. Now, Green Bay fans might wonder why Brockington does not wear number 42, the number that he wore in Green Bay. It's because MacArthur Lane wears that number. He's currently on the inactive list. There's the defensive line for Green Bay today. Linebackers. And the secondary. Everybody up. Second down, 10 yards to go. Ball is at the 32-yard line. They've got Brunson in a wide right, double tight end alignment. On a delay, Brockington, but he is pinned quickly. Mike Butler from the University of Kansas made the stop.
Poor timing on that draw. They didn't fool anyone, especially big number 77, the rookie out of Kansas, returning to his home area around here. Mike Butler, good penetration on the stop of the draw.
Now on a 3rd and 13, Henry Marshall is in at a wide receiver. They've been going with a double tight end to get another wide receiver, and now on 3rd and long. No score, the game having just begun here in Kansas City. Larry Brunson's out to a wide right. Marshall's in a short left.
I think they want to change of footballs, and the referee says, it's all right.
I think
Yeah, they're going to get one.
they're going to get one right here. An official's timeout, no charge timeout there. 3rd down and 13 yards to go. Well, they aren't ready yet. Only want one.
That's Jack Rudney, the center, number 58. He just doesn't like the feel of it.
Bob Frederick is the referee assigned here this afternoon. As we said, it's 3rd and 13. Livingston back. Over the middle, and intercepted at a Podolak. He's across the 45 for 1st and 10. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Well, they had a little nickel defense. Green Bay Packers. Steve Wagner was trying to cover Ed Podolak. Here he is at the top of your screen. He goes out, works on the safety. All Livingston does is key the middle linebacker. He goes the opposite way. Podolak always has been a great receiver.
So it's the first down of the afternoon. Ike Livingston from SMU. Quarterback. Gives it to Podolak from the University of Iowa. Here's across the 50. On to the 47-yard line before Steve Luke from Ohio State makes the tackle.
Podolak, great all-purpose back, Lindsey. 9 years out of the University of Iowa, could throw the option pass, got a good pair of hands, he's a good blocker. He's just been an invaluable player here for Kansas City.
2nd down and 3 yards to go for the red-clad Kansas City Chiefs. They send number 83, Larry Brunson, to the top of your screen. Rockington and Podolak at the setbacks for Livingston. Podolak got the first down inside the 40-yard line at the 39. This telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Kansas City Chiefs and the National Football League is prohibited.
Lindsey, I was going to say they wiped out the middle linebacker, Jim Carter, on that last play. And as far as the Green Bay defense is concerned, they're going to have to get better play out of their linebackers. Freddie Carr has had a good year playing the linebacker. The other two guys, Jim Carter, Tom Tone, and Gary Weaver, they leave a little to be desired.
Spotted at the 40 out of an I formation is Brockington for no gain. Brockington pinned right at the 40-yard line by Steve Luke from his strong safety.
Well, there is why, one of the big reasons I think Bart Starr decided to let Brockington go. 3 or 4 years ago, Linz, they wouldn't have stopped Brockington on that type of play. Had a man-to-man situation with the safety man, he'd just run over him.
Brockton has picked up only 29 yards rushing. He's averaged 4.1. But he's getting a start here this afternoon against his former teammates, the Green Bay Packers.
Lost 3 yards, 3 carries.
Rolling is Livingston. He's going to keep it. Penalty marker is thrown as he hit the deck after he crossed the 35. But there's a marker to be checked out. Livingston coming back.
Much has been said of Green Bay using so many young football players, Lindsey. They've got 12 rookies. Chiefs have 11 rookies on their team. They also have 26 men with 2 years or less experience in the league.
Bob Frederick coming across to explain the
Flipping or holding?
penalty, and it is back to the 50-yard line, and now he'll give us an explanation.
Offensive holding, number 81.
That's a big tight end,
Tony
Samuels.
That'll make it 2nd down and 20 yards to go with the ball at midfield. There is no score. We're in the first quarter. Larry Brunson out to a wide right. Ed Beckman is split short left. Livingston back up the middle, and it is completed. Taken by Walter White. Walter White down to the 14-yard line and out of bounds. Mike McCoy made the tackle for Walter White, his 31st reception of the year, second only to Dave Casper in the AFC.
Oh, a 35-yard pickup to the great tight end. He's only a 3-year veteran out of Maryland, and he's one of the bright spots of this football team. He can fly from a tight end position. They cannot double cover their outside receivers because of him. He's already caught 31 passes on the year, second only to Dave Casper.
1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs at the 14-yard line of the Green Bay Packers. Podolak, penalty marker at the line of scrimmage. He's inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Bob Barber made the stop, but there is a penalty to be checked out.
Just a good experienced cut there by Eddie Podolak. Looked like they had the play diagnosed on the outside lanes. Let's catch it.
I guess sides Packers.
That's the Pack.
Picked up 5, so you'd assume that except the penalty and the down would not count.
Let's watch Eddie Podolak here. Both guards pulling. That's Tom Condon, 65, out in front. Now watch Eddie cut, and he doesn't waste any time getting upfield. That's the experience of a good running back.
Five-yard penalties being marked off for offsides.
Number 70, defense offside. First down.
That's Bob Barber, offsides, the man who made the tackle. First down and 5 yards to go for the Chiefs at the 9-yard line. Into the I formation. Brockington ahead of Podolak. Podolak stacked up outside the 6-yard line. Jim Carter, the middle linebacker, made the tackle for the Green Bay Packers.
Podolak's best game was last week, and that just completely, Chiefs played a terrible football game against Cleveland, but Podolak got 87 yards rushing against Cleveland. That's been his best effort of the year.
Ball is at the 7-yard line. Second down, 3 yards to go. 3 yards for a first down, 7 yards for a touchdown here in the first quarter. Brockington. Oh boy, stacked up at the line of scrimmage. The Green Bay defense was there, led by Fred Carr. Number 53.
And number 50, Jimmy Carter, filling the hole beautifully that time on a head-up smash with John Brockington.
Spotted at the 6 for a gain of a yard. So make it third down, 2 yards to go for the first down. A long 2, a little over 2. So the Green Bay defense deploys now to try to stop the third down effort of the Kansas City Chiefs. 9.5 minutes remaining to be played in the first quarter. And a slot right with an I formation. Livingston lofts it to the corner, and it's incomplete. Trying to get it out to Larry Brunson. Brings up a fourth down, and coming on is Jan Stenerud and the field goal unit. Stenerud, oddly enough, is 1 for 4 so far this year in the field goal department.
Well, they've been behind early and by a lot of points. That's why Stenerud has not attempted too many field goals this year. Made his first one, now he's missed 3 in a row since he made his first field goal of the year in the first game.
Tony Adams will hold for him. It'll be a 23-yard attempt. Hash marks left. Tony Adams puts it down. Jan Stenerud boots the 23-yarder. It's good. And so the score is the Kansas City Chiefs 3 and the Green Bay Packers nothing. Kansas City Chiefs have taken the ball in the opening kickoff, driven down, and have scored with a 23-yard field goal, and they lead 3-0 in the first quarter.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chrysler and Plymouth are the official cars of the Kansas City Chiefs, and the cars are being driven by the coaching staff and administrative personnel of the Chiefs. These cars are provided through the courtesy of the 9 Kansas City and Metro Chrysler Plymouth dealers and the Chrysler Plymouth division. The Chiefs sincerely hope that when you think about buying your next car, you visit one of these 9 Kansas City Metro Chrysler Plymouth dealers. Jack Miller, Chrysler Plymouth. Roger Jones, Chrysler Plymouth. Bill Neals, Chrysler Plymouth. John Ray, Chrysler Plymouth. Fannis Motor Company. Bud Brown, Chrysler Plymouth. Bill George, Chrysler Plymouth. Martin Gerber, Chrysler Plymouth. Miss Crawford Holiday, Chrysler Plymouth. Your Kansas City Metro Chrysler Plymouth dealer. 9 good reasons to go to Chrysler Plymouth this year. And be sure to check your area.
Jan Stenerud will kick off from the 35-yard line now. Odom is center deep for the Green Bay Packers. He's flanked by Middleton and Culbreth. Culbreth chases it over, and it's going to be Culbreth. He muffs the ball at the 5, picks it up at the 2, gets back to the 5, and it's stopped at the 10-yard line. Tackle is made by Rosamek. Rosamek made the stop.
It's like everything goes wrong when you're going bad, Lindsey. Instead of good field position on that kind of short kickoff to the left.
Green Bay Packer offense. Running backs and the quarterback and the receivers. The offensive line with Kolkowski starting over there at right guard and Cook starting at right tackle. First and 10 at the 10. Dickey is 80 for 156, completion percentage 51.3. Motion across. Lee Smith pops it out to a screen right. Steve Odom took it, but advanced only 2 yards, so it is second down and 8 at the 8-yard line. Defensive line for the Kansas City Chiefs. And the linebackers. And the secondary.
That's a very familiar guy in the middle. Willie Lanier, one of the great middle linebackers of all time.
Second down and 8 yards to go. Torkelson and Barty Smith are the split running backs for Bart Starr's Green Bay Packers. Barty Smith, 230-pounder, moved it across to the 17-yard line.
Kansas City scoring drive. 11 plays, 61 yards. He took up 5 minutes and 45 seconds off that clock.
And kicked a 23-yard field goal to score. We have 8 minutes remaining to be played in the first quarter.
You know, Green Bay's thought in this game, Lindsey, is they're going to use a little motion, especially on first down, hoping to get man-to-man coverage.
And a slot 3rd and 3, and Livingston has it batted back in his face, and it's an incompletion, which will bring up 4th and 3, and the punting unit comes on.
I think that was number 78, Willie Lee, with his big hand up. There's Lanier, end zone shot. Dickey's going back. They got a little stun on the left side here. There's the big hand of Willie Lee on the deflection.
Back to do the punting now is David Beverly. He's averaged 41.9. Gary Green has dropped back to field the punt for Kansas City. Beverly gets it away. Green moves a fair catch signal. He makes it. Contact made. Penalty marker. The fair catch signal had gone up. But barreling downfield was Andre Thompson, and he made contact.
Very, well, that's a stupid play, Lindsey. What you got to say. I don't think Thompson realized that Green was making the fair catch. A 38-yard punt, it's going to cost him some here.
Dallas leading the New York Giants 7-3 in the second quarter. Cowboys, of course, are still undefeated.
Dallas, best team we've seen all year, I'd have to say that.
Fair catch interference on number 43. First down.
Andre Thompson. So the ball is 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line as we get a timeout signal from the field. Kansas City is leading by a score of 3-0.
What are they playing chamber music? What is that?
Today, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to extend a special Arrowhead welcome to the CBS Television Network covering today's game. And a special welcome to announcers Lindsey Nelson and Paul Harnan.
Kansas City Chiefs have the ball 1st and 10. They have it at the Green Bay 39-yard line. Kansas City with a record of 1 win and 6 losses, performing today for the first time under their new head coach, Tom Bettis, Paul Wiggin, having been relieved last Monday as the head coach in his 3rd season.
It was an emotional situation for Tom Bettis. Very, very close to Paul Wiggin. And Tom has stayed on his first shot as head coach.
Livingston waits for the snap. Livingston has the ball.
All the time in the world.
White, he's got it inside the 15-yard line. At the 14, Steve Luke pulling down Walter White with his 32nd reception of the season.
Check that, Lindsay.
Henry Marshall.
Henry Marshall.
Henry Marshall, beg your pardon.
There he is lined up on the tight end on the right side. He's actually the split end, but they have so many formations, and you give anybody that much time to throw the football, and he's going to get open in that zone. Steve Luke on the stop. 25-yard pickup, Linz.
Henry Marshall on the catch, his 11th reception of the year. First and 10 at the 14-yard line. Podolak inside the 10. Drives inside the 5-yard line. Tom Toner made the tackle.
Yeah, Big Eddie just followed his blocking well that time.
They're taking a long look to see about the possible first down.
Now watch the blocking on the right side. Tight end blocks down, tackle. Here comes the guard. Now they get standoff blocks here. They really don't get good blocks, but Podolak just cuts on the inside for the yardage.
It is second down, less than a yard to go with the ball just inside the 5-yard line. Brockington and Podolak at the setback. Podolak got the first down. It'll be first and goal from there. Inside the 5. Mike McCoy up in the corner on the stop. Ike C. McCoy.
First down.
Kansas City Chiefs are leading by a score of 3-0. They are driving here with a first down and goal to go inside the 4-yard line. White comes out, Marshall comes back in. Brockington in the left set, Podolak right. Marshall sets up left. Livingston has the ball. Penalty marker, and it is taken for a touchdown. It is Marshall deep for a touchdown.
Well, he was all alone deep in that end zone after the fake to Brockington up the middle, play action. Check out the penalty. And I think it's going to go against the Pack.
I think you're right, and I think they'll decline it for the touchdown.
Here it is, play action right up the middle, and number 89 has slipped through in the back of the end zone. A good pass by Mike Livingston right on the button. That's his 6th touchdown pass of the year.
Packers were offside. The penalty has been declined by the Kansas City Chiefs. The touchdown stands. Conversion attempt coming here. Jan Stenerud will attempt. He's 12 for 12 in points after. Tony Adams will hold for him. Stenerud in his 11th season in the National Football League. Adams puts it down, and it's good. And so the score is the Kansas City Chiefs 10 and the Green Bay Packers nothing. Kansas City Chiefs have had the football twice, and twice they have put points on the board here at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City.
I told you I couldn't call. I called 4 or 5 people, but I couldn't get a hold. Listen, I don't hear the countdown at all in my. No. Yeah, just in case I'm. No, just in case I'm talking, you know, and I. That's a good shot to stay on if we can. I'll take it.
To-the-minute roster and depth chart features stories by some of the country's finest sports writers, plus a souvenir of today's game you'll want to take home with you. That's the all-new Chiefs edition of Pro Magazine that today features Kansas City 101 honoree Jack Youngblood on the cover. Pro is loaded with information on today's game, so be sure to pick up your own copy of Pro. It's only $1, and it's available right now throughout Arrowhead.
Right.
The kickoff from the 480 causing the offside penalty against Green Bay.
There's Zeke Bratkowski and Bart Starr, and they're looking at the short list offensively to see what they could come up with right now.
John Stenerud will kick off. Odom is center deep. Torkelson's on one side, Middleton on the other. Torkelson moves up, and he takes it at the 12-yard line. Eric Torkelson spins across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Rosemek was there on the tackle, so now the Pack starts 1st and 10. They start at their own 21-yard line. CBS Sports Spectacular coming up next. Started the Dixie 500, the Pendleton Roundup Rodeo, the world's strongest men.
Boy, that world's strongest man. How many pounds are they going to pull in that thing?
9,200. At Tram, and they'll do it with harness.
40-yard dash with 5,000 pounds.
First down and 10 yards to go. Dickey is back to throw. He pumps it complete. Taken at the 35-yard line by Steve Odom. Jitterbugging around and is stopped up near the 34.
And one thing I'm sure Bart Starr will do, even though he's 10-0 behind. Here it is again. Dickey on a turn into his flanker. Play action, fakes to Barty Smith. He's got good protection here. Stick right in there with the game plan, boys. First down, Pack. Steve Odom.
Packers come out in the slot left. That's Ollie Smith and Odom beyond him at the bottom of your screen. Another football. It's cloudy and it's overcast here in Kansas City today. Bob Frederick, a veteran NFL referee. Marty Smith, 230-pounder, drives to the 40-yard line. Picked up 6. It'll be 2nd and 4. Jim Lynch on the tackle. Willie Neal.
It's the most frustrating here. Here's Barty Smith off the left side. And I'm sure when the Packer players meet with the coaches during the week and they watch plays like this, they go through for 5 or 6 yards, and it's just puzzling to them why they can't sustain this for the whole game, and that's been the problem.
2nd down and 4 yards to go. This time Ollie Smith comes beyond Odom in a left set. They double him to the left side. They start Smith in motion across. Barty Smith struggling up across the 43-yard line. Whitney Paul stopped him.
Same play. It's called 36. Off the left side, he fought back, comes up a little bit short. There's the second quarter score. Cleveland, probably the hottest team when you consider what they started with. Cleveland, Cincinnati, 7 apiece. Miami over the Jets, 7-3. That's a halftime.
Did you ever hear of a ball player who knows the numbers now and didn't know them then? It's 3rd down and a yard to go. They're in the wing left. That's Smith in motion. Marty Smith needs a yard, and he's got it. The 1st and 10 for the Green Bay Packers. Willie Lanier from the middle linebacker made the stop.
Tripped up by Dave Rosemek. Willie Lanier also with on the tackle.
Tells the story right there. Defensive battle, San Diego and Detroit.
First down, Green Bay.
Dallas, 14-3.
Ball at the 45.
Philadelphia. 2-touchdown lead over the Saints, and no score at halftime in that.
1st and 10 now for the Green Bay Packers. The ball at their own 45. Kansas City Chiefs are leading here by a score of 10-0. And we have 3 minutes, 45 seconds left in the quarter. First quarter. Torkelson in motion outside right. Dickey rolling. Playing the intercepted at the 50-yard line by Jim Lynch. Jim Lynch returning. Torkelson comes down to make the tackle. 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs inside the 30, but there is a marker. Back upfield on the play. A penalty marker.
Poor selection that time by Lynn Dickey. Freddie Carr there coming onto the field. It's against Kansas City. Naturally, they'll take the penalty here.
Interference. An interference call against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Jim Lynch, been all pro in the AFC for many, many years. He and that guy right there, Willie Lanier, have been around a little bit. Roll out right. Lee gets through on the inside, forces the rush, and there's Willie Lanier with these hands all over Rich McGeorge. No wonder he couldn't move to the open hole.
That's what you call in his grasp.
I would say that was holding.
The interference call gives the first down to the Green Bay Packers at the Kansas City 49. Again, they're doubling Odom and Smith to the right side.
You know why they do that, Lindsey? Because usually a tight end doesn't have the speed to go deep, so they double cover the outside receiver.
Torkelson, Eric Torkelson. To the 47-yard line for 2 will make it 2nd down and 8. Willie Lee in to make the tackle from Bethune-Cookman.
And that's a problem, Lindsey, that you just mentioned. When you have a tight end that really can't go deep, and Rich McJar's got the good pair of hands, he's good inside and outside, but he's just not that good a receiver. For instance, on the other side of the coin, we've got a guy named Walter White, who may be one of the fastest guys on their team playing tight end. You can't double cover both their outside receivers because of the speed of the tight end.
Ollie Smith in motion across on a 2nd and 8. Then Dickey, blitz. Incomplete. Upped it on the run. Whitney Paul was putting pressure all over Len Dickey, forcing him to rid himself of the football.
Torkelson is still down. He might be backed up a little bit. Billy Andrews was right there, but they had a blitz on, and Dickey had to go outside.
Torkelson is hurt on the play. The intended receiver is still down, getting attention over there near the 42-yard line on the far side. Torkelson. Clock shows 2 minutes 46 seconds left to play in the first quarter, with the Kansas City Chiefs leading Green Bay by a score of 10-0. The Kansas City Chiefs meeting the Green Bay Packers in regular season play for the first time here in Kansas City.
Is that Andre Thompson in the backfield? I think it is, Lindsey, 43. Huh?
Well, he's a wide receiver normally.
Yeah. Who's the other back? Maybe they have 4 backs in. They got 4 receivers.
Yeah,
in.
that's what they got, I think.
Here comes your 2 defensive backs, too. 6 defensive backs in.
Yeah. Third down and 8 yards to go, and Turdell Middleton has just raced onto the field, and the tight end has gone off. That is McGeorge. Andre Thompson had come in earlier. This is a 3rd and 8. 2 extra deep backs are in the ball game now for the Kansas City Chiefs as Len Dickey retreats. Blitz. And he is blitzed way back there. Going to be marked near the 40, inside the 40 or 42-yard line.
Big Wilbur Young, 6'6", 295 pounds. Watch him on the outside. Now watch 46. This is Tim Gray. He's got a shot at him. Dickey's got to run away for Gray, and he runs right into Wilbur Young.
So the punting unit is in. David Beverly is back to kick, and Gary Green has dropped back to receive it. And the word from the Green Bay sideline is that Eric Torkelson is all right and will very likely be back in the ball game soon. Waiting for an official to get properly aligned. He had been upfield to get the chain straightened out. Beverly waiting for the snap now in deep punt formation. Gary Green, and he's got it at the 20-yard line. And he stopped just short of the 25. It'll be spotted there. Andre Thompson downfield again.
He's usually the first one down on those special teams. A good tackle that time by Thompson. 38-yard punt.
Rhoda gets romantically involved with a restaurant owner, which means that at least you'll eat well. They say that the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Tonight we'll find out if the same holds true for Rhoda, starting at 8, 7 Central and Mountain Time on CBS.
That's not the way to my heart, but we'll go along with it.
That's as far as I'm going to pursue that. We've got a penalty marker on the field.
That's Jack Rudney there, center for Kansas City. We've got a little discussion down there.
We have. We've got what you call a head scratcher, apparently, as the officials talk to each other. Bob
Explain
Frederick.
it to me.
It's an illegal procedure, incorrectly reported. The result of the play will be Reds ball, this spot.
Doesn't sound like he's too positive, does it?
Well, he's positive, but he's not happy because it was not reported correctly, and so they're going to do nothing about it, and the ball stays 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. That's all. You got that. Kansas City leading 10-0 with 2 minutes 15 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
You know, the Packers season, they've been very competitive with almost everyone until last week, until the Bears just blew them out.
Livingston's quarterback in Kansas City. He unloaded in a hurry. Barber tipped it, as a matter of fact, on the rush, so it's incomplete. Marshall out there.
Livingston's pass was tipped by Bob Barber.
How about this one? What an upset that would be. Buffalo, 17-7 over New England. New England's got to be at least 2 or 3 touchdown favorites in that one.
I should think so. 2nd down and 10 for Kansas City. Marshall's in a wide right and Brunson's in a wide left for Livingston. Livingston. Well, he got it across the 35-yard line for a 1st and 10 before Barber brought him down from behind. 1st and 10.
Barber, by that tackle, forced the first down with his momentum in tackling Livingston, shoved him forward for the first down.
It's at the 36-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 36. Gain of 11.
Marshall coming to a wide right, Brunson going to a wide left. It's still Podolak and Brockington. Setbacks. Podolak. Up to the 40-yard line. Tom Toner came in to make the tackle. He almost ran up Tom Condon's back.
You know, I talked to Bart last night at the 5 o'clock club, which has been a tradition with the Packers for so many years, and I said, you know, this is not the perfect position. I know you're all not playing well, but you're coming in against a team that's playing just as poorly. There's Bart on the sidelines. Tom Bettis, a new coach, and you know, it's just an emotional turnover. I think the record in the National Football League for interim coach the first game is they've won about 70% of them. So you can expect Kansas City to be emotionally up for this one.
John Brockington. He got a yard.
John Brockington.
Fred Carr made the stop for the Green Bay Packers along with Clarence Williams. Williams is playing the defensive left tackle. Dave Roller is still seeing little action because of a pulled calf muscle.
They missed that Roller on that pass rush. He's quick. Now the Packers' big play coming up here. They either a pass-run situation. They only need about three yards. There's Podolak talking to Brock. Livingston wants to come over and talk to the coach.
They let the time run out in the period. They were simply waiting for the clock to wind down. And so the Kansas City Chiefs are leading in the ball game. That's the end of the first quarter with the score Kansas City 10, Green Bay nothing. What's counted down? It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
The Chiefs' action is carried over a 7-state radio network anchored by P1 TCMO Radio in Kansas City. We extend an Arrowhead hello this
better give me the ball because they're putting them up, and I want to give what happened there. Give them all about 3 minutes into the quarter, give them all, together. Okay, that's good. And I'll just, look them over. Maybe I can shove some information in. Just give me what you got, on the score.
Lindsey Nelson with Paul Horning at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. 3rd and 3 at the 43.
Kansas City likes to do the same thing Green Bay does. Now, let's check those running backs. If they come out of the backfield, they work on their linebacker. There they go.
Livingston. Podolak. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Well, the Packers call that A and B circle, but they're doing a little bit different. Now, watch them come out of the backfield here, and they will cross. Watch both Podolak and now watch him cross. He comes all the way across. That's a man-to-man situation with the linebacker on Carter. Almost impossible to cover because he's got an opportunity to break right or left off that linebacker.
Kansas City, 1st down and 10 yards to go. Ed Beckman is in a wide left. Brunson wide right. Pushed up Rockington to a wing right. On the snap, the ball is fumbled. Livingston came out without it. Podolak dived for it, and he got it.
Heads up. He had a blocking assignment that time. Saw the free ball. He got it.
2nd and 14. Marshall coming into the huddle, a wide receiver. Beckman has come off.
Jimmy Carter there, the tallest one in the huddle. He's looking over at the sidelines, getting the call from the defensive coach over there, Hog Hanner. David.
Rockington. Ball got away. Recovered by Kansas City. Kansas City retains possession. Barber and Williams on the tackle. No gain on the play.
Well, they sure have contained John Brockton. He's carried the ball 6 times for a -2 yards here in the first half.
3rd and long for the Kansas City Chiefs. So the Green Bay Packers make the defensive adjustments in anticipation of Livingston putting it up.
Terry Randolph, the rookie's in on the nickel defense for the Packers.
Livingston. Incomplete. Incomplete. Tony Samuels, the intended receiver. And the punting unit comes on now for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Good coverage. I think that was Mike McCoy, number 29.
Brings up 4th down.
Gerald Wilson's in to do the punting. Veteran kicker has averaged 40.5 yards per punt. Willard Harrell has dropped back to field it.
I'd say he was a veteran, Linz. He's punted more times than anybody in the history of pro football.
He does it rather well. Harrell, beauty, is at his 9-yard line. He's at the 10. Got across the 15 and was pulled down at the 18. Garliane downfield to make the tackle after the 44-yard punt. So the Green Bay Packers get the ball, but they will start in their own territory. They'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 18, and they have been unable to score so far. Kansas City 10.
We could use a shot of Bettis coming back. Cute story about him if we could after the first one.
That's bad.
A special Arrowhead salute today to the Green Bay Packers radio network and announcers Jim Irwin and Bob Long.
no stranger to the Green Bay Packer fans. If you've got a good memory, Tom Bettis, #1 draft choice in '55 for the Pack.
Middleton is carrying. Penalty marker on the play, Curdell Middleton.
Number 34, Curdell Middleton.
So there's a penalty to be checked out. He got out about the 23-yard line. Offsides against Kansas City. Willie Lanier, Willie Lee made the tackle. Picked up about 5, so they'll accept the penalty, so the down won't count. It'll be 1st and 5. Short of the 24-yard line.
Defense, number 64 offside.
Whitney Paul and was the man who was offsides. 1st down and 5 yards to go. Out of the eye. Middleton.
Middleton, the ball carrier.
Backed up across the 27-yard line by Willie Lanier.
Somebody's banged up a little bit. Number 53 is Billy Andrews doing the motions.
Les Frazier leading the tackle.
Here comes Thomas Hard, a linebacker, rookie from Texas Tech in. Buffalo. Wow, 24-7 without O.J.
2nd down and 2 yards to go for the Green Bay Packers. Middleton moved over. Marty Smith in the left set. Wally Smith in motion from the right. Marty Smith is driving across the 30, but there's a penalty marker on the play. Lanier made the stop.
Got the 1st down. I like the way Barty Smith runs. He runs hard, Lindsey.
But it's nullified on an illegal motion call. Green Bay Packers rank last in the entire league in rushing, 94.6 yards per game, and their average gain of 2.9 yards per carry is also the poorest in the NFL.
And you've got to run the football, Lindsey.
Illegal
Establish
motion
almost
on
anything.
the offense, number 84. 2nd down.
Steve Odom, illegal motion. Second and 7. Ball is moved back to the 22. Middleton has gone off, and Willard Harrell has come in now. Harrell has rushed for a total of 72 yards this year. He's averaged 2.3 per carry. And Dickey out. Barty Smith and Harrell crisscrossing, and was off the fingertips of Barty Smith.
There's the A-B circle. Green Bay used it also. Here's the middle linebacker here on the blitz. Defensive tackle to the inside. Willie Lanier comes in from the outside. Did not get the quarterback, but he had to rush it a little bit.
Oh, tell me about the atmosphere around Green Bay before that first Super Bowl ever against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Well, of course, we went out to California and trained for that a week. Actually, there's 2 players playing with Kansas City was in that ball game. Emmett Thomas and Gerald Wilson, the only 2 ball players on this field today was in the Super Bowl. But, you know, that was the first meeting AFL and NFL, and it was an emotional one, I'll tell you that.
Dickey got it off with Whitney Paul hanging on to him. It's simply an incompletion. And the punting unit will come on.
Starr and my old roommate had a pretty good day. Starr, I think, threw 3 touchdowns, 35-10.
Starr
Max caught 4. 2 he didn't even know he caught. Touchdown.
Beverly's back in deep punt formation. Gary Green is back to receive the punt. It's Gary Green.
Boy, he's a fine rookie. #1 draft choice out of Baylor.
Kansas City's leading 10-0. 11 minutes, 43 seconds left in the 1st half. Green is waiting. He's got it at the 35. And now he's back to the 30. Now he's back near the 35. So Kansas City will start their 1st and 10, a 43-yard punt. Kansas City Chiefs get the football once again, and they have a 10-point lead. They're leading 10-0 early in the 2nd period.
Why don't you take 53 Freddie Carr this time?
The Chiefs autograph picture, a regular feature in Pro Magazine this week, is offensive tackle Jim Nicholson. Found on page 50 and only in the all-new Chiefs edition of Pro. Pro is on sale throughout Carolina for only $1. So pick up your copy now from any of the vendors.
Kansas City Chiefs have the ball first and 10 at their own 35. Livingston still quarterback. Podolak is carrying, and he is pulled down about a yard short of the line of scrimmage. Steve Luke was up to make the tackle at the 34.
Ed Podolak, tackled by Steve Luke.
Detroit's taking the third quarter lead over San Diego, 7-0. Detroit plays a lot better at home, don't they? And look at this, Houston over Chicago. Bears need a win to stay in contention. Dallas, touchdown pass by Roger Staubach in there.
Second down, 11 yards to go. Kansas City with the ball. They have it at their own 34-yard line. Livingston rolling. 35-40. Put out of bounds, and it'll be marked at the 47-yard line. That's enough for a first and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs as Livingston rolled and kept it. Rockington threw a block for him on the far side.
Yeah, you've got to contain a quarterback on the rush. Got to keep this kind of a guy. He's not known as a runner. Got to keep him inside the pocket. He got outside to the right. Rockington threw a good block there down the right sideline. First down.
Both of the Green Bay Packers' wins this year have come on the road, New Orleans and Tampa Bay. Over the last 4 years, not including this year, the Packers' road record was 6-22. Against Podolak. Popped as he got across the 50 by Tom Toner, left outside linebacker for the Packers, along with Jim Carter, the middle linebacker.
Back was led by Jim Carter, number 50.
Wilbur Jackson has scored from 1 yard out. Third quarter, 49ers 7, Atlanta nothing.
Right here, it's the Kansas City Chiefs 10, the Green Bay Packers nothing. Chiefs have it 2nd and 5 at the 48-yard line of the Packers. Podolak inside the 40-yard line. Tom Toner again.
That's quick trap right up the middle. Lindsey, watch the center. He blocks to his right. Here comes the guard. Now watch Podolak. A real good move there off the cut. Finally pulled down by Toner. He's over 40 yards rushing.
First down and 10 yards to go for the Chiefs. They have the ball at the Pack 40.
Podolak, 9 carries, 46 yards.
Livingston just keeping him on the ground and moving it steadily downfield. Rockington. He was hit by Ezra Johnson.
Tackled by Ezra Johnson, number 78.
Spotted inside the 39-yard line. Picked up about a yard on the play.
Kansas City now with 10 first downs. Green Bay only 3. Last week, Kansas City's defense, they gave him 34 first downs to Cleveland.
Marshall has gone to a wide right now on a 2nd and 9.
Better cause a fumble or interception here and get that ball back.
Going long. Incomplete, intended for White.
Flag down at the line of scrimmage.
Steve Luke was the defender of the flag. Has nothing to do with that. It's at the line of scrimmage.
Probably holding.
Usually is.
Boy, Wilbur White, they have pretty good confidence in that young man going deep. That's about the third deep pass pattern I've seen him run.
Offensive holding, number 73.
Bob Summits. Throws that ball back to the 49. It's at 2nd and 19. Kansas City's leading by a score of 10 to nothing. We have 8 minutes, 35 seconds remaining to be played in the first half. Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri.
Green Bay has 6 defensive backs in there now. There's Livingston's stats, 5 out of 8, 88.
Livingston. Brockington. Out of bounds, and it's marked at the 42-yard line.
Good catch by Brock, covered by Freddie Carr.
Penalty marker.
Now watch coverage for this big guy, 6'5". Oh, he's quick. He's got Brockington covered there. Of course, it's a long yardage setup. He gives him the inside. I mean, gives him the little square out.
Another penalty apparently against the Kansas City Chiefs. Perhaps another holding.
Comes Dave Roller in.
Offensive holding, number 60, 2nd down.
You know, I said early, Lindsey, even before the season started, if Green Bay wins 7 games, I think Bart ought to be coach of the year. It's a long process to build back to the winner. Kansas City's experiencing the same thing. Both of these powers in the 60s.
Matt Herkenhoff was detected holding on the last play. 2nd down, 28 yards to go for the Chiefs. Kodalak. 45, 50 is the penalty marker. Gone almost to the 45-yard line, but there's a marker back upfield.
Maybe another penalty against Kansas City, Lindsey, and that was looked to me as a Green Bay sweep there. It was a good-looking sweep around the right side, clipping. 35 yards and penalties on 3 successive plays. They had a first down at just inside the 40-yard line of the Packers.
That's 10 more. Bob Frederick, the referee.
Offensive leg whip, number 70.
Offensive leg whip. Jim Nicholson. Well, they're spreading it around anyway. Back to the 32-yard line.
Houston now going in front of Chicago 17-0. Billy Johnson, 61-yard run. Pastorini, a touchdown pass from 85 yards out.
2nd and 38. Livingston. Oh, boy. Big Ezra Johnson, 78, had him in his sights, and so did Mike Butler.
Oh, this is a 21-yard loss. About a 19-yard loss. Good inside move by Dave Purifoy here. Almost 3 men to keep him out of there. And that sack was caused by number 75, Dave Purifoy, on a good attack of the passer. All right.
Well, it's 3rd and 56.
Oh, you're kidding. I'd say it's a pretty good offensive weapon right now. Oh, the Packers have got them back inside the 15. They had a 1st and 10 at Green Bay's 39-yard line.
What do you call on 3rd and 56?
Nothing.
A sweep. Kodalak sweeping. Gets out to the 23-yard line, and understandably, the punting unit comes on. Steve Wagner made the tackle. With Gerald Wilson in to do the punting now, Willard Harrell has dropped back to field it for the Green Bay Packers. Wilson from the University of Southern Mississippi, same school that produced Ray Guy of the Oakland Raiders. Harrell. at the 36 and changes direction to the 40. Drops the ball, but Green Bay recovers at the 41-yard line. Fortunately for the Green Bay Packers, Jim Gano was there and he recovered the fumble.
Willard Harrell was thinking 6 then, Lindsey. He was so anxious to get into the flow. He had the punt coverage block on the side. He almost broke it. Jim Gano on the recovery. Right. Right. League and punt returns, isn't he, Harold? Yeah.
That's Toys for Tots Day right here in Arrowhead, Sunday, November 20th.
Lindsey, let's take a look here. Watch Willard Harrell. He almost breaks this. He's the leader of the NFC in punt returns. Now watch him. He's trying to get into the flow. A good block on the crack back here. Now watch this. He just drops the football, or he would have had some more yardage.
Green Bay Packers with Lynn Dickey at quarterbacks, Middleton and Artie Smith. Middleton has the ball. Moved it across the 45-yard line. Picked up about 5 on the play. Andrews on the tackle, left outside linebacker. It's at the 46-yard line, 2nd down and 5 yards to go.
Bob Gracie's 2 touchdown passes is the difference in that ball game in the 4th quarter.
2nd down, 5 yards to go. Artie Smith. Up to the 48-yard line for 2. That'll make it 3rd down and 3. Willie Lee made the tackle.
Artie Smith sticks it in there.
Marty Smith leading the tackling with Cliff Frazier, number 61.
We have now 5 minutes, 58 seconds remaining to be played in the first half. Odom's coming to a wide right. Again, they're doubling Ollie Smith in the slot right. Middleton. I think he got the first down with that last lunge as he was popped.
Middleton.
Willie Lanier was there with Cliff Frazier, but they'll take a look now for the possible first down.
Timeout.
I tell you, he ran in there with a little abandon that time. Hit the hole very quickly. They're going to bring it in. Depends on where that referee spots the football.
What did the Paul Horning X-ray eyes tell me about this first down?
First down.
First down, all right. We'll find out. Got it. 1st and 10. It's at the 48-yard line. Kansas City's leading by a score of 10-0. Packers again double Odom and Smith to the left side. They've been doing most of the day. Smith in motion across. Screen left to Odom. 40, 35. Cliff Frazier finally made the stop.
I'll tell you one thing, Lindsey, that's the first play that Green Bay opened up this game with. And they set the man in motion on first down. We said they were going to try a little motion, especially on first down, and throw it on first down. Picked up 14 yards. First down, Packers.
Packers have the ball now in Kansas City territory at the 35-yard line.
Need some points out of this drive.
Odom just got into the huddle a little late, and Smith gave him the play. So Odom's in the wide left and Smith in the wide right. 34. Marty Smith. to the 32-yard line for 3. It'll make it 2nd down and 7 yards to go. Wilbur Young made the stop for Kansas City along with Willie Lanier.
Marty Smith tackled by Willie Lanier after a gain of 3.
Put him to a wide left. Ollie Smith wide right. Middleton to the left set. Now he's the tailback in the eye.
163.
Marty Smith. Well, he's trying to struggle for a little yardage, but he's not getting much. Stopped at the 32-yard line by Whitney Paul.
Smith, the ball carrier. Attack was led by Whitney Paul.
3rd down and 7 yards to go. The ball at the 32.
Offensive line has got to come off the football a little bit more, especially on those straight little dive plays.
Incidentally, speaking of the offensive line, Bob Kolkowski started today at right guard ahead of Mel Jackson and Dennis Havik, normally there.
And Havik was actually taken to the hospital. He's all right. He had a few headaches this morning. They just wanted to double check. I talked with him before the game started. He's fine.
Urological reports were negative. Incomplete to Harrell. Dickey trying to get it to Harrell, so it's 4th down coming up.
Defending was Thomas Howard.
Had a step on the outside of that linebacker, Howard, on the outside. That could have been a big one.
The Green Bay inactives for the day, Randy Vataha and Dennis Havik. For Kansas City, Mark Vitale and Ted McKnight. Players designated as inactive for today. David Beverly, the Green Bay punter, is coming to the ball game.
I think it's a little wind against Chester Markham. If you're sitting at home wondering why he's not trying, he can kick him for 50 yards, no question about that. It would be a 50-yard field goal attempt, but I think there's just a little wind. Man, we might, Kansas City's deploying, watching for the pass here.
So to Podolak side of the field, he tried to block, didn't get it in the end zone, and it'll be blown dead there for a touchback, 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Oh, he gets credit for a 33-yard punt.
Well, there's a CBS Sports Special coming up on Friday, November 18th at 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Leon Spinks versus Alfio Rigetti.
On his way to the top, he'll be a top contender. Of course, I guess he is now, but he is strong.
Spinks is the unbeaten heavyweight. It'll be televised live from Las Vegas. You've been to Las Vegas.
I imagine.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
You ever hear of everybody getting stuck in Las Vegas? They got stuck there for 2 weeks one time. Couldn't get out, didn't have any cash.
Tony Reed carried the football. Tony Reed in that backfield now for Kansas City. He leads all rookies in the AFC with 392 yards rushing at the halfway mark of the season.
Tripped up by Jim Carter. Gain of 5.
2nd down and 5 yards to go. We are approaching the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes, 25 seconds remaining to be played in the first half. Mark Bailey's in that backfield also.
I was going to say, I don't think Kansas City try anything fancy here. They got a 10-0 lead.
Tony Reed. Mike Butler from the University of Kansas was in to make the tackle at the 23. Don Hanson was there as well.
Also, Dave Purifoy came across that line of scrimmage.
And now we have arrived at the 2-minute warning.
2-minute warning to the bench.
2 minutes remaining to be played in the first half. And the Kansas City Chiefs are leading the Green Bay Packers here by a score of 10-0 at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri. Yeah.
All right.
Yes, yes. Right.
What do they got to eat up there, Stacy? Hot dog?
Horning is sending out for a leg of lamb. There's one in Chuck's room, I'll guarantee you. That's a lamb. Oh, is that ever a lamb? That child is...
A big Indian.
That's another one, yeah.
A Callaway trap.
Paul, how you feel about Tomahawk?
Everything's up to date in Kansas City, isn't it?
Gone about as far as they'd go, I'd say.
Pretty lady.
Green Bay Packers in their defensive huddle. 2 minutes remaining to be played in the first half of this game. Kansas City's leading by a score of 10-0. It is third down, 7 yards to go, and the ball is at the 23-yard line.
Shouldn't take any chances here. Third long passing situation, but in the last 2 minutes of the game, if they do, it'll be a low percentage interception pass.
Tony Reed and Mark Bailey are the setbacks. Livingston. Overthrew White, incomplete. So it'll be fourth down coming up. Gerald Wilson comes in to do the punting again. Willard Harrell is dropping back to field the punt for the Green Bay Packers.
And they're going to have plenty of time. They've got their full complement of 3 timeouts remaining.
Gerald Wilson in the punt formation. Willard Harrell is deep for Green Bay.
Gerald Wilson. Booms it. Harrell at the 29. 30. And out of bounds at the 33-yard line.
Harrell driven out by Tony Samuels. 48-yard kick by Wilson.
48-yard punt. Detroit blanking out 2 touchdowns by Rick Kane here. So Detroit shutting out San Diego, and that's a little surprise in the fourth quarter. Dallas 21-3, no surprise there. Dorsett has scored 1 touchdown in that one. 10-7 Cleveland, trailing the Bengals by 3.
First and 10 for the Green Bay Packers. Lynn Dickey dropping back, takes a look, steps up and throws, and it's completed across the 40 to Marty Smith. It'll be marked just across the 40-yard line to Marty Smith on the reception. Tim Gray made the stop.
Well, they're in their 2-minute offense here. Everything's automatic here. Dickey looking out to the right side.
Second down and 3 yards to go. Dickey, penalty marker at the line of scrimmage, and Harrell can't get it. Incomplete, but there's a penalty to be checked out.
Well, he had to get rid of it quick. Marty Smith was open in the left flat.
Offsides, Kansas City. That'll give the Green Bay Packers a first and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Well, they'd love to at least get a field goal attempt out of this, Lindsey.
I want you to listen to Bob Frederick, the referee, now when he sounds off. Make a great commercial announcer. Listen to this.
Defense, offside, first down.
Does have a nice voice, doesn't it?
Beautiful. First down and 10 yards to go.
He might be his agent before it was over with.
I might be refereeing.
First and 10 wouldn't want that job.
Dickey's back. Swings it out in the right flat. Marty Smith struggled up to the 48-yard line. Lanier made the stop.
And this is an automatic safety valve. Always your fullback in the 2-minute offense. He checks for the blitz. He goes out to the right side. Now he'll pull Willie Lanier for a couple extra yards. Hurry up back to the line of scrimmage. Automatic play, Lindsey.
Dickey. That's taken, the complete and out of bounds at the 41-yard line. Steve Odom has it, and the clock stops at 42 seconds.
Now that was great timing. Steve Odom coming back to the football. Beautiful pass by Dickey here. Out of bounds, stopping the clock. Ball at the 41.
Green Bay Packers trying to get something on the scoreboard.
Here it is. Here's your tight end. He's taking care of the linebacker. Now watch Dickey. He's got his eye downfield. Now watch him come back for the football right there. Good catch by Steve Odom.
First and 10 for the Pack. Kansas City's leading 10-0. Then Dickey. penalty markers, Harrell.
There.
Now a flag, a late flag. Willie Lanier made the move. Willie's on his knees there.
He was hit. I think I would have called that interference.
Art Holst, the line judge, threw the flag a little late. I think he expected somebody else to throw it.
Lanier says, little late, pal. But I think he knew he hit him before the ball got there. Let's see if we can pick it up. Watch Harrell coming out, swinging out of the backfield. Working on the linebacker. There's the ball. Now, see, right there, Lanier hits him before the ball got there. Good call.
Pass interference is an automatic first, and it's 10 at the 37-yard line of Kansas City in Green Bay possession. Lynn Dickey. Sideline. Ollie Smith.
Was open, Lindsey. It should have been caught. It wasn't the receiver's fault, I should say, but Lynn Dickey was a little off target there. Ollie Smith wide open on the square out.
In set time remaining 34 seconds.
You'd like to have that one back.
It'll be second down and 10 yards to go.
Ladies college football at Kansas State, not too far down the road.
Dickey again drops some sets and throws, and it's incomplete. It was Billy Andrews, the linebacker, made the move, number 53.
Coming from the weak side, Dickey didn't even see the weak side linebacker. Andrews should have had it.
It'll be third down and 10 yards to go.
Guys, coach is crazy on the sideline. Bart very calm over there.
Lynn Dickey, Osawatomie, Kansas, brings him up.
I guess you got to have some cool. If I was on the sidelines as a coach, I'd go crazy.
Upfield, Marty Smith, and he is at the 30, the 25, and he is at the 20 for a first and 10. 21 seconds left.
Oh, the big guy put a little move and left somebody's athletic supporter laying around. I'll tell you, as they say.
I thought it was a flag.
17-yard pickup, Lindsey. Watch this. Here it comes out of the backfield. Now watch Barty Smith. A good move here. Here's the safety valve. Throw it out there. Man on man now. It's me against you. Watch this little move. He slips. That's Willie Lanier. Slipped on the left side. I don't think anybody wants a part of that guy.
And the Green Bay Packers, of course, called a timeout to stop the clock with 21 seconds left. They have it first and 10 at the 20. Speaking of coaches and sidelines, you played under a fellow named Vince Lombardi, who sometimes got a little agitated on the sideline.
He was I'd say he was a very demonstrative coach on the sideline. So
yeah, he was all of that.
I tell you, if you made a mistake, you found out about it.
There was more than one official found out about it, as a matter of fact.
All you have to do to belong most back to is go to any quick trip.
You'll be in Milwaukee next week for the Green Bay Packer Ram game.
I will be in Milwaukee next week, and I wanted to talk to you about that before I left.
See my man Fuzzy down there. He'll treat you to a steak.
Absolutely. I haven't seen Fuzzy in a while.
There's Bart talking with Zeke Brakowski. Two very close friends. Stick with him, folks. He's going to be all right. Just need some players.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line. Harrell in motion outside right. Dickey to screen right. Harrell. 15. And with Andrews holding on, he advances to the 12-yard line. Again, they stopped that clock with 13 seconds left.
Yeah, they got one timeout left.
Correction, the tackle was by Billy Andrews.
It'll be second and a long 2 at the 12-yard line. Green Bay again called the timeout to stop the clock. On the screen right to Harrell, the young man right there.
Well,
he's a threat.
He sure is. Got the quick feet. Throw it into the end zone here, Lindsey. Take at least one shot at 7. Got an almost sure 3 with a guy like Chester Markle on the sidelines.
Kansas City Chiefs playing here this afternoon under their new head coach, Tom Bettis, for the first time.
Bart called Tom this week, of course, and congratulated him. Actually, Tom, you know, when Paul Wiggin, we were explaining this a little bit early, Paul Wiggin, a very emotional situation here, well liked by the players and by a lot of the fans here, but the name of the game is winning, no question about it. Tom really didn't want his first indication. He told me, he said, you know, I wanted to leave with Paul, and then Paul asked me. He said, you've got to stay here, Tom. You've got to take the head coaching job. I'd like to see you do it. And of course, what kind of class guy Paul Wiggin was, had no animosity for his assistant coach taking over for him.
Second down and 2 yards to go. Dickey, penalty mark at the line of scrimmage, and it is Odom incomplete. Saved at the last possible moment by Gary Barbaro. Free safety, but there was a penalty marker. There was a start on the far side.
I tell you, the big arm, and if he wasn't 6'3", Lindsey, now that is a prime example of what you're looking for in a defensive back. Barbaro is 6'3". At the very last moment, he saved 6 points for the Chiefs there because Odom was open, and just a good reaction by Barbaro.
Lanier is exercising the option. It was illegal motion against Green Bay, so they have an option, and they're going to accept the penalty.
9 seconds left. Got one more shot for 7.
Moves it out to the 17, makes it second down and 7 yards to go.
Illegal motion on the offense, number unreported.
Well, it's the fella who was wide left, so it was. I didn't know his number either. Second down and 7 yards to go.
That was either Odom or Ollie Smith. Ollie Smith.
That's Ollie Smith in motion across. Dickey.
Better get out of bounds.
Well, he wanted to throw, but he'd started his arm forward for an incompletion. There's 1 second on the clock. Penalty marker thrown now. Tempest flaring over there on a penalty marker.
I think it was 68, number 68, Greg Cook. Threw a little elbow there on the sidelines. I think he was thinking it was a live football. Let's check it out. 1 second left.
The officials are in conclave and conference.
Let's see if we can pick it up. We do not have a preliminary indication on the penalty. Here's Dickey. Now he's moving out to the left side. Time is running out. He's being chased over there by Willie Lee. And right here he decides he's better get rid of the football. 64 is Whitney Paul.
The white team after the play was over.
That was Greg Cook after the play was over. Might be a costly penalty here, but
it is that.
15 yards
Against the Packers.
They would have been trying about a 36-yard field goal. Now it's going to be considerably longer.
Back to the 33-yard line. Chester Marco. David Beverly will hold for him. This will be a 51-yard attempt.
They elected to punt earlier in this game, 1 yard shorter.
Now he's up to where it's a 50-yard attempt. Short, wide. They go over at the line of scrimmage, but it won't go over because time has run out.
And that penalty was costly. It cost them 3.
It did that. The unsportsmanlike conduct penalty moved him out of range, moved the ball back. The field goal attempt is no good. So the Green Bay Packers have been unable to score in the first half of the ball game. And the Kansas City Chiefs are leading 10-0 at the end of the half.
Let's look at Chester Marco here. You can see he hooks it a little bit and he gets a little bit under the football too much. No question about that. Wide to the left. So we've got a 10-0 lead at halftime for the Chiefs.
So the Green Bay Packers will have to come out here in the second half and try to play some catch-up football. And there's one fact that should be pointed out. The Packers are the only team in the league that have not scored in the fourth quarter of any football game this year.
And I tell you, that's a concern of Bart Starr. I know even while he was a player, he didn't play on too many teams that did not put any points on the board in the fourth quarter. And especially if you're a coach, that's one of the tough things. If you had to pick a quarter not to not to put any points on the board, and that's where you pick the first. And their inability to put any points on the board in the fourth quarter could tell here.
Bart Starr says, of course, that the fact that their offense hasn't been able to move can be attributed in great part to the fact that they played musical chairs. Bart Starr says, of course, that the fact that their offense hasn't been able to move can be attributed in great part to the fact that they played musical chairs with the offensive line for much of the year.
It's been a hard time trying to find a real good unit there.
Steve Odom is the lead back for Green Bay. And John Stenner prepares to kick off to open the second half.
The preceding announcement was brought to you as a public service for the National Football League. As we start the second half, Kansas City is leading by a score of 10-0. John Stenerud will kick off, and that is Odom center deep. He's flanked by Middleton and Simpson. In the air. Odom has it at the 11-yard line. He's at the 15, cuts left to the 20. 25, 30, 35, and knocked out of bounds as he approached the 40-yard line.
Good return by Steve Oldham down the left sidelines. Gives the Packers good field position to start off about the 38.
Darius Helton bounced him out of bounds.
This is it. Steve Oldham comes up. Now watch him come up into the wedge and veer it left for the sidelines. He's trying to get to the outside here. And just his speed got through Howard, Thomas Howard, the linebacker, and he got upfield, got knocked out of bounds, 1st and 10 Pack.
Middleton and Barty Smith are the setbacks. Ollie Smith in motion across. Then Dickey still quarterbacking. That's Middleton. Battles up to the 43-yard line. Picked up about 6 on the play. That'll be 2nd down and 4 yards to go. Thomas Howard made the tackle. Eric Torkelson was shaken up in the first half of the ball game and has not come back in since. So that Turdell Middleton is at a running back here, along with Bart Smith. Jim Collier's in the ball game. Emmett Thomas is off on a corner. Turn it up. Middleton did turn up for the 1st down. Willie Lanier brought him down.
Good sweep that time, back to the weak side. Middleton saw the little daylight, cut back for the 1st down. Big number 63, Willie Lanier going back into the huddle. He'll be calling the defensive signals.
1st down and 10 yards to go. The ball is in advance of the 48-yard line of the Green Bay Packers, with Kansas City leading 10-0. Kansas City Chiefs rank last among the 28 NFL teams in total defense. Dickey swings it out to Barty Smith on a screen. Has it out there in one hand and gets across the 50 to the 49-yard line. Whitney Paul brought him down with Billy Andrews.
Got a good pair of hands, Barty Smith. Let's watch, Willie. Here it is, screen left, and that's his responsibility to the outside. He's right over there, making the stop. It's what a middle linebacker should do, and he does it well.
Thomas Howard's playing the right outside linebacker spot, normally occupied by Jim Lynch, and the word is that Lynch has re-injured his thigh that he hurt 2 weeks ago and will not be back for this afternoon's game.
Thomas Howard, the rookie, Texas Tech taking over.
Turdell Middleton's got another 1st and 10 for the Green Bay Packers.
And some. Good hard running, Turdell Middleton lends.
Barbaro brought him down at the 33.
Let's watch this. Barty Smith up in front. And a good hold, good blocking at the point of attack, and Turdell Middleton just keeps those legs turning. Finally pulled down. 17-yard pickup, 1st down.
Packers now send Odom to the left side and Ollie Smith to the right side, around their running backs in an eye for Lynn Dickey. Barty Smith up the middle and gets to the 28-yard line.
Well, the offensive line starting to come off the football. Bart Starr must have been a little bit hot at halftime. This looks like a different team here in the 2nd half. Frazier on the stop.
2nd down and 5 yards to go.
Well, that's a key to a good offense. You pick up 5 yards on that 1st down.
Ray Burks is in at the left outside linebacker, and Billy Andrews has come out for Kansas City. Packers are in a slot left. Now they're sending Smith outside, and he's in motion back to the inside. And this is Turdell Middleton. Trying to get to the sticks, looks to be a little short of 1st down yardage, but he got to about the 24. Lanier made the stop.
Got some finals for you. Miami, 2 touchdown passes. Greasy to Duriel Harris, and they edged the New York Jets by 4.
And Lanier also on the tackle.
And there's a shutout for the Detroit Lions, bouncing back. They got whitewashed themselves last week in Dallas, 20-0. 2
Measuring
touchdowns,
here.
Rick Kane, 1 by Marv Hubbard.
Measuring for the possible first down. It's a shade short. It'll be 3rd down and inches to go as they use the chain to spot the ball at the inbounds marker.
I tell you, Middleton's running hard today. In this situation where they got 2nd and short or 3rd and short? 3rd and short. Give it to that big guy.
Artie Smith is the up back, and now Middleton moves over to a left set. Artie Smith, he's got the 1st and 10. He only needed a couple of inches. First and 10 for the Pack at the Kansas City 22-yard line.
Good sustained drive in motion here. They've held the ball for over 4 minutes.
Steve Odom and Ollie Smith double left. Motion. Weak down Middleton. Over inside the 20-yard line. Whitney Paul, 64, cut him off.
Weak side sweep by the Green Bay offense here, and Turdell Middleton just got an extra 3 on his own with good hard running. Lindsey, watch this. There's the guard's pull out in front. Now right here he got hit, and it keeps those legs churning for an extra 2 or 3. Whitney Paul on the stop.
2nd down and 6 at the 18. Andre Thompson comes into the ball game now for the Packers. Thompson to a wide left with Odom.
They haven't thrown a pass in this drive, have they?
Willard Harold's in there. No, they haven't. Now they do. That's Harrell. At the 15-yard line.
Pass completed to Willard Harrell.
Willard Harrell, they just flood pattern on the left side here. Here's the play action fake to Barty Smith. Use him as a blocker. Harrell, short man in the floods, wide open. Having a little trouble holding on to the football, not being hit. Better control a little bit stronger. Picked up 3.
That's going to make it 3rd down and 3 yards to go at the 15-yard line. 3rd and 3 for the Packers at the Kansas City 15, with Kansas City leading 10-0 in the 3rd quarter.
This is their, what, 3rd scoring opportunity, I guess you'd say. They haven't put any points on the board yet.
Odom in motion back to the inside. Harrell is carrying. Well, he didn't get the first down. Jerry Green brought him down.
Got about a yard. Let's see what Bart does. He's got a question here. Ground level shot, Lynn Dickey. Willard Harrell off the left side. Everything's clogged up. He tries to slide outside. He's going to pick up a yard. He's going to be a little bit short.
So it is 4th down coming up. Middleton is coming back into the ball game, and Green Bay takes a timeout, and Dickey goes over to talk to Bart Starr.
Middleton now has 55 yards rushing on the afternoon.
So they tuck it up.
So I was going to say, when we come back, Lindsey, let's see if they go for it.
Right, oh, Governor.
A special Arrowhead salute today to Lawrence Eaves of Smithville, Missouri, our Standard Oil Dealer of the Week. Lawrence has been an Amoco dealer for 39 years. Lawrence Eaves, the Standard Oil Dealer of the Week.
I would imagine. They're going to kick it, sure.
Gonna kick. 4th down, 1.5 yards to go at the 14-yard line, and the decision is Marco will kick it.
Unless they try a fake field goal.
Which has been tried. David Beverly will hold it for him. It'll be a 31-yard attempt from the hash mark left. Kansas City is leading by a score of 10-0. Marco boots it. It's good. A 31-yard field goal by Chester Marco is good, and the Packers are on the board with 9 minutes, 11 seconds remaining to be played in the third quarter. It is Kansas City 10 and the Green Bay Packers 3. So now, with a great deal of time remaining in this game, the lead has been cut to 7 points. Yes.
6, almost 6.
Got it.
Marco kicking off for the Packers. Number 25, Ricky Weston. 83, Larry Brunson on the deep pass for the Chiefs.
Better do so.
That's what you call local color. And Chester Marco is kicking off. Larry Brunson has it at the 3 to the 5 to the 10 to the 15. Stopped at the 19-yard line. So it'll be 1st to 10 at the 19-yard line. Middleton made the stop.
Carried by Larry Brunson before tackled by Curdell Middleton, number 34.
CBS Sports Spec coming up next Saturday. The Dixie 500. You an auto race man.
I imagine. That'll be Cale Yarborough and Richard Petty. Richard Petty's won 3 of them.
And the Pendleton Roundup Rodeo. You're a rodeo fan.
Oh, listen, there's one guy in there's one over $100,000. Larry Mahon's in there, the champions.
And the world's strongest man. Paul's not one of those. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Don't want to be.
Livingston. Getting it off to Ed Podolak. And Podolak is stopped for a loss on the play back about the 17-yard line by Clarence Williams.
How many times have we seen that, Lindsay? A team coming out the second half, they're behind, make a good sustained drive, put some points up, and when that defense comes on, that Green Bay offense controlled the football 5 minutes and 49 seconds, only got 3 points out of it, but I've seen it happen so many times where the defense comes on and they play with a little bit more emotion.
Listen, my left. Livingston still quarterbacking the Kansas City Chiefs here in the third quarter. Podolak is carrying. Cross to the 26-yard line. Tom Toner made the tackle. Steve Luke.
Good leather popping on that play. Good looking sweep by the Kansas City offense. Here's Jim Carter in the middle. Plays off one block by the center and pursues over. Hurdles one guy and gets in on the stop. Tom Toner on the original stop.
3rd down.
There it is. 11 plays, 5 minutes and 49 seconds controlling the football. I can tell you Bart likes that, but he doesn't like to have to settle for 3.
3rd down and a long 2. Livingston. Catch is made at the 33-yard line by Larry Brunson. And he caught it in a lot of traffic.
A lot of traffic, Lindsay. Good catch. He did well to hold on to the football. He was popped. There it is. They split backs. There's Brockington checking for the linebacker out into the pattern. Now watch this catch, and he really gets hit. Gets scissored here. Mike McCoy.
New coach of the Kansas City Chiefs, Tom Bettis. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line for the Chiefs. Livingston. That's for the safety of the sideline across the 31-yard line. Clarence Williams.
Livingston
Pursuit.
driven out of bounds by Clarence Williams.
They only had a couple of men out in the pattern, had plenty of people for the pass protection. He was rushed from the outside. Freddie Carr.
Lost 2 on the play at 2nd and 12.
And Ron Jaworski had a day for the Eagles. He ran for 2 and he threw 2 touchdown passes to Harold Carmichael.
Defeating Hank Stram's New Orleans entry 28-7.
They're up and down like a yo-yo. Beat the Rams last week, come back, wiped out.
2nd and 12 at the 31. Livingston. Hodolak. Well, he's popped quickly by middle linebacker Jim Carter and shaken loose. It's an incompletion.
Good timing by Jimmy Carter then. Right in the hands of Podolak, and he's got a good pair of hands. He usually doesn't drop those, but it wasn't his fault. It was just a good defensive play by Carter here. On the hook pattern. Now watch Carter. Beautiful timing.
3rd down. The overcast has increased somewhat in intensity here in the later afternoon, which means it's getting cloudier. 3rd down at 31-yard line. Livingston. Off the fingertips of Marshall. Henry Marshall. And the punting unit comes on now for Kansas City.
I tell you, Livingston wants that one back. He was wide open.
So the Kansas City Chiefs with a 7-point lead, they're leading 10-3, will have to give up the football. Willard Harrell has dropped back already and received the punt, which will be put up by Gerald Wilson, one of the better punters in the game of football.
We've got the number 1 man in the NFC on the punt returns, Willard Harrell, averaging over 12 yards on the return.
Fair catch at the 36-yard line. So the Pack will start 1st and 10 at their 36. With 6 minutes, 37 seconds remaining to be played in the 3rd quarter. And the hometown Kansas City Chiefs leading Green Bay by a score of 10-3.
Big upset that was. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, Panthers in the Arrowhead Stadium right now are selling 1977 official Kansas City Chiefs media guide, published for press, radio, and TV reporters who cover the Chiefs and the NFL. This guide is now on sale for only $1. It contains all the Chiefs' official information, records, statistics, and historic information. The Chiefs' official media guide is on sale right now for only $1.
47-yard field goal by Chris Barr. The difference in that one, it's a big win for the Bengals. They needed it.
1st and 10 for the Pack, just short of their 37-yard line. Middleton was popped. Ball was shaken loose after the whistle. After the whistle. Just about no gain. Verdell Middleton.
That was Willie Lee, Lindsey on the pop. Defensive right tackle.
Ball was whistled dead, no fumble.
Then we have word from the Packer locker room that Mike Butler, defensive end, who was injured earlier, has a sprained ligament of the knee, but may be back. Apparently it's not all that serious. 2nd down and 10 yards to go.
183.
Verdell Middleton in motion outside left. Throws to Middleton. Incompletion. It's a judgment call as to whether it's a forward pass or it's thrown laterally. Wilbur Young was the man who got to Dickey right quickly.
Well, it was set up to be a little screen out here, but he just didn't have enough time. Watch how fast he has to get rid of it. He's wiped out right there. Incomplete.
3rd down and 10 yards to go. Rosemek stepping in there with the defensive signal. He's playing left outside linebacker spot now. Dave Rosemek. 3rd and 10 for the Packers, who are trailing by 7 in the third quarter. Then Dickey. Incomplete. Curdell Middleton trying to hold on with his fingertips on the low pass, and it's 4th down. The punting unit comes on to the Pack.
And we're getting back to the punting contest. Here's a final, a big loss for Atlanta. It evens their record at 4-4. San Francisco, 7-point victory. Wilbur Jackson's 1-yard run, the difference there.
David Beverly's in to do the punting. Gary Green has dropped back to receive it for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Beverly, by the way, has the longest punt in the NFL this year, a 75-yarder.
Beverly discussing the football. I suppose that's what Beverly's discussing.
And also, if you heard the public announcer in the background, Beverly has the longest kick in the National Football League, 76 yards.
That is a long punt.
Ray Guy had 174 last week.
Beverly boots. Gary Green at the 20. Drops the ball, and the scramble is on.
He's got it.
At the 21-yard line, Kansas City retains possession. Gary Green got on the ball that he dropped. 43-yard punt by Beverly. Kansas City is leading 10-3 in the third quarter.
Yeah. No. I know it. Well, that's not the best thing in the world to have your safety man leading in tackles. It's such a negative thing, and we've been talking so negative, yeah.
Ooh.
If he does, we'll... That's good.
.24 for a gain of 3 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 7 yards to go. Five minutes, 36 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Kansas City 10, Green Bay 3.
Well, they got Dave Roller in there. They've moved Clarence Williams back to defensive left end, filling in for Mike Butler.
Livingston swings it out to Brockington. Cut down as he got to the 28-yard line by Johnny Gray.
Oh, and a good tackle by Johnny Gray. He had 18 solo tackles last week against the Bears. That tells you something on defense, Lindsey, when your safety man is making 18 tackles the ball game. It means the front four and the linebackers aren't doing much.
Tells you, among other things, that Walter Payton is rushing for 205 yards.
See something or not? He explodes through the hole. There he is, Johnny Gray, 3-year man from Cal State.
3rd down and 3 yards to go at the 28. This is Kodlak. Dave Purifoy on the stop. Punting unit comes in again for Kansas City.
Back and forth, back and forth. Something happened.
Willard Harrell has dropped back to receive the punt. That'll be put up there by Gerald Wilson. It's Harrell. He's a threat anytime he gets to the football.
Boy, he's got a beautiful style of punting with Gerald Wilson. I love how he follows through. Watch his right leg, and then he kicks that left leg through. Oh.
Harrell calls for a fair catch, and he makes it at the 27, 28-yard line. Well, Logan, Jessica, and Rem stumble onto an SOS that's 200 years old. Left for 6 people in suspended animation. Now, where else could such a mind-bending situation occur but Logan's Run? Tomorrow night at 8, 7 Central and Mountain Time, right here on CBS. Green Bay Packers trailing by 7 points in the third quarter, have the ball first and 10. Out at the 28-yard line. And Dickey still quarterbacking. Verdell Middleton just across the 30-yard line. Picked up a couple. Whitney Paul made the stop for Kansas City. 220-pound defensive end Bart Starr and Zeke Bratkowski.
And what Zeke is doing there, Lindsey, he's getting the plays, and they're motioning the signals, giving him in to Lynn Dickey. And then he's telling Bart what's coming up, so Bart knows the play coming.
Second and 7 at the 31. And Dickey still has it at the 20-yard line. Wilbur Young was there along with Whitney Paul. Loss of 11 yards on the play. Make it 3rd and 18.
There's another final. Staubach, a touchdown pass. Tony Dorsett scored 1. Dallas remains the only undefeated team in professional football. I tell you, Lindsey and I have seen them twice in the last couple of weeks, and boy, in our estimation, they are the best, wouldn't you say?
They are awesome. Third
And
down.
Young.
Verdell Middleton in motion outside left. Odom incomplete. So the punting unit is out there now as the Packers will boot it this time. 2 minutes 51 seconds left in the third quarter. Kansas City 10, Green Bay 3. Gary Green is dropping back to receive the punt of David Beverly.
Fine field position after this punt.
Green is at his 39. He's got it across the 40, 45, 50. He's in Green Bay territory. And he's pulled out inside the 44-yard line. First and 10. Terry Randolph made the stop. Well, next week on CBS, of course, you'll see regional coverage of Detroit versus Atlanta, New York Giants versus Tampa Bay, and Washington Redskins versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Also, you'll see regional coverage of Los Angeles against Green Bay. That's played at Milwaukee. And San Francisco versus New Orleans. That's all next Sunday on CBS. Check your local listing for the game to be seen in your area. Mark Bailey is in there with Ed Podolak. Podolak moves up to a wing left. Bailey's the lone setback. Brockton gets out of the game. Livingston. Podolak. At the 32-yard line, and Podolak held on to the football. How, I don't know, but he did.
He got sandwiched and he held on. The good hands of Eddie Podolak. Here's Livingston, roll out right. And he's trying to go down the right side. Good coverage. There he comes back. Now watch this, right into the hands. And he really gets sandwiched, Lindsey. How he held on, I don't know. Just a good catch.
Steve Luke and Jim Carter, I think they had him in such a vice that he couldn't drop the football if he wanted to. 2 minutes, 3 seconds remaining to be played in the third quarter. Livingston 8 for 14, 110 yards in the air today. Livingston is outside for the 25 to Henry Marshall, and Marshall is at the 22-yard line.
And Jimmy Carter trying to voice a little opinion over there. Trying to motivate the defense. Just this quick square out left. Good pass protection up in the gut. Meet the cornerback here on the square out. That's Mike McCoy. Comes back to the inside. Freddie Carr gets a hold of him, and Carter helps out.
They're trying to check out the possible first down now, so this is an official's time to bring the chain all the way across the field. Leaving the ball just as it was before spotting it. Short. And it's a little short. Inches short. That much, says Bob Frederick.
Uneventful, I guess, huh?
Has not been spectacular. 1 minute, 20 seconds remaining to be played in the third quarter. Kansas City Chiefs are leading by a score of 10-3 here late in the third quarter, and they are driving. Now they have driven to the 22, and it's inches to go. Podolak and Bailey are in that backfield. Mark Bailey's a 237-pound running back, and he's the up back in the eye.
375. Here it goes.
Bailey. First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Here is for the first down.
Don Hanson made the stop for the Green Bay Packers, along with Dave Roller.
Well, I'll tell you, the history of Green Bay this year, 7 points here with a minute to go in the third quarter would, well, not necessarily spell their doom, but they haven't put a point on the board in the fourth quarter all year long.
They have not. They have not scored in the fourth quarter. Podolak and a reverse, and it is taken around now by Larry Brunson. Brunson to the 9-yard line. That's going to be another first down and goal to go at the 9.
I want to tell you something. I think it was Eddie Podolak who handed off, wasn't it?
Yes.
He made the play, Lindsey. Dave Roller had made an outstanding defensive play here. Now watch, he gets Podolak, and Podolak had his right arm out and just lifted the ball out to Brunson. That play, if you look at it on the films, Green Bay Packer-wise, you're going to say, man, we had him for a 6-yard loss. Ends up with the first down.
First and goal at the 9. Ezra Johnson finally brought him down. Bailey is the fullback, and Podolak is the tailback in the Kansas City Eye. Podolak, well, he gained almost a yard. Clarence Williams, Dave Roller there on the tackle. Dave Roller, who played football in Paul Hornung's favorite state of Kentucky.
Oh, they're going good, too. His former alma mater. Might be one of the best teams in college football. 8-1 now.
I think they are. But they will not be going to any bowl games because under NCAA regulations, they are ineligible. It is second down and goal to go just outside the 8-yard line. 6 seconds left in the quarter. 5, 4, 3, 2, and you may not get it off, and they don't. So they do not get the play off before the gun sounds, ending the quarter. That's the end of the third quarter with the score. Kansas City 10, Green Bay 3. We now pause for a word from your local station.
And while you're up, we call your attention to Tony DePardo, the Indian princesses, Nancy and Francie Clark, the Town Square Beth Ann Bartell, and the Chief cheerleaders under the direction of Margaret Smith. All these people keep the spirit going at all the Chiefs home games. So how about a giant arrowhead round of thanks to all these people who work hard to entertain you?
As we start the fourth quarter here at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, this is Lindsey Nelson with Paul Horning. Kansas City Chiefs are leading by a score of 10-3 over the Green Bay Packers. Kansas City has the ball, second down and goal to go on the 8-yard line. The turnstile count here at Arrowhead this afternoon, 62,687. 62,687 here this afternoon. Second down, goal to go. Bailey carrying. Well, he didn't get in. He's out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Trying to get in, but Steve Luke rode him out at the flag.
Used his strength there, 6'3", 237 pounds, lunging toward that goal line. Here it is off the left side. Podolak's out in front, tries to get a standoff, and he does with Freddie Carter. Steve Luke saved 6.
Third down and goal to go just inside the 1-yard line. Podolak and Bailey are the running backs in the ball game. Livingston's the quarterback. Podolak, touchdown, penalty marker, penalty marker. There's a linesman's flag.
Let's check it out. Was it against the red team? Touchdown.
Yep, must have been against the Green Bay Packers and declined for the touchdown.
Defense, offside, refused, touchdown.
Just right over the middle. Good end zone shot here. There's a fullback helping out. Ed Podolak just hunches his way in for 6.
Conversion attempt coming here now with Jan Stenerud in to attempt it. Tony Adams is in to hold for him. Stenerud boots, and it's good. So the score is the Kansas City Chiefs 17 and the Green Bay Packers 3. 14 minutes, 53 seconds remaining to be played in the ball game here at Arrowhead. What's that?
They're retaping Livingston.
Oh. Right. Oh, yeah, you bet. This is exciting. You're right. Jan Stenerud is kicking off. Odom takes it at the 3-yard line. He's back to the 10. Now on to reverse. Middleton has it. Oh, yes he does. At the 30, 35. Middleton at the 50. Down the sideline, and Middleton is gone all the way. Middleton has gone all the way for the Green Bay Packers. Odom handing it off on a reverse to Middleton on the kickoff.
Beautiful play. 97 yards. Boy, when Middleton got down to the sidelines, it was no question. He was gone. Watch this. Beautiful execution here by the Packers. Odom on the right side, hands off. As he picks up a good block right there. Couldn't pick up the number. But there, the Middleton, the rookie, nobody's going to touch it. 97-yard touchdown return for the Pack. And they're right back in this football game. That's the first points they put on the board in the fourth quarter all season long.
A Packers sideline in high jubilation, including Bart Starr with a handshake for Turdell Milton. Conversion attempt coming now. Beverly is holding it for Chester Marco.
Good coaching move on that play. That might just Move them up a little bit, boys.
Marco with the extra point, it's good. So the Green Bay Packers have come back with a touchdown and a conversion to make the score now. Kansas City 17 and the Green Bay Packers 10. 14 minutes, 35 seconds left. One brief second, I wasn't sure he'd given it to him.
If you want to take another look at it, you can. I don't know when we'd have time. Bring up the music and let him run to it. You got some good upbeat music? Yeah, just bring up the music and let him run to the music. Sounds super. Oh, forget it.
Cardell Middleton on his way to the touchdown for the Green Bay Packers.
Bring up the music and let him run to it, pal. Watch this defiant spike, Lindsey. Watch it. You think this is the defiant spike? Oh, harder.
But if you haven't scored in the fourth quarter all year long, you're entitled to it. Chester Marco will kick off now. Tony Reed is back there deep, along with Larry Brunson. Tony Reed, the great rookie, is deep for Kansas City. First time today, and Reed's waiting. Reed at the 1-yard line. He's at the 5 to the 10. Tony Reed to the 15 to the 20. 25 to the 30. Tony Reed to the 35. And he has returned it to the 40-yard line. Great return. Jerry Randolph brought him down. First and 10. Kansas City at the 40.
Starting to get some action in this football game. Nice return. Tony Reed right up the right side, and he sees a little daylight. He gets back to the 40-yard line. Good position, Chiefs.
Kansas City's leading by a score of 17 to 10. Now the Green Bay Packer defense will try to stall the attack of the Kansas City Chiefs and try to get that football and get right back into this ball game.
One guy who's going to be psyched up on defense. You'll watch. Number 74, Dave Roller. He'll come across. He might be offside, but he'll be in the backfield.
Livingston back to set it up. Now throws over the middle and it's complete to Brockington. Brockington hit by Johnny Grave, but it's up there at the 48-yard line. Gain of 8 yards on the play. It'll be second down and 2 yards to go for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Brockington always was a good receiver. There again, he had a man-to-man situation with the safety man. Did not beat him. Good tackle by Johnny Gray.
During that last Green Bay possession along the sideline, the trainer was retaping the ankles of Mike Livingston, the quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs. Second down and 2 yards to go. Podolak gets in there for a first and 10 at the 44-yard line. Johnny Gray brought him down.
Little trap blocking up front. Ed Podolak sees a little daylight and he gets first down.
So the relentless advance of the Kansas City Chiefs has taken them into Green Bay territory at the 44, first and 10.
Well, Livingston hasn't really been spectacular. He's called a good ball game, Lindsey. He's 10 out of 16 for 137 yards. No interception in this ball game.
Brockington outside the 40-yard line. Purefoy made the tackle. Second down, about 6 to go at the 40. Brockington has come out of the ball game now for Kansas City Chiefs. Charlie Wade has gone in there now.
I'll tell you, this is a good drive by Kansas City. You know, 97-yard touchdown return gives the defense a little momentum. They've come right back. Good
Wade and incomplete, a diving attempt. Charlie Wade, a 3-year veteran from Tennessee State, made a diving attempt.
I don't think he had to dive for that, Lindsey. If he would have just continued his route, it would have been right on target.
It'll be third down and 6 yards to go. Bailey is in there, 39 as you see. Larry Brunson's gone back into the ball game and Charlie Wade has come out.
Two defensive backs come in for Green Bay. Two linebackers go out. Hanson and Carter exit.
Tony Samuels exits, and Walter White comes back into the ball game. Brunson from the wide right. Livingston. Penalty marker, and White can't hang on. It's incomplete. There's a marker. Holding is indicated against the Kansas City Chiefs. Now the incompletion would bring up 4th down. 4th and 6 at the 40.
Might decline this one.
Might. Just
I
might.
would.
Offensive holding, number 77. Refused. 4th down.
Charlie Getty was the offender. Now here's a game that you'll be seeing on most of these stations at the conclusion of this game, and the St. Louis Cardinals have gone ahead of the Minnesota Vikings 7-0 in the second quarter.
Minnesota a little vulnerable this year, I think. And of course the Bears, who I thought really would come off flying in the NFC, had a few injuries.
Penalty declined to bring up 4th down. Gerald Wilson will punt, and Johnny Gray's back to receive it for the Green Bay Packers. Long, high, spiraling trajectory, and carries into the end zone across the end line, and that makes it a touchback. First and 10 at the 20-yard line. Sports Spec coming up next Saturday on CBS, the Dixie 500.
That's Cale Yarborough and Richard Petty are in the field. Yarborough's never won the event. Petty has won it 3 times.
And then the Pendleton Roundup Rodeo. It's going to be outstanding participants.
How about Tom Ferguson? He's the Professional Rodeo Cowboy Association champion. Won over 100,000 last year, Lynch.
Paul's favorite event, the World's Strongest Men, will be tugging 9,200 pounds of crown. Middleton.
Game's livened up a little bit here in the second half, folks. Little hitting going on down there.
Livened up a great deal. Cliff Frazier made that stop, a loss of a few inches, a few feet or something on the play. It's going to be second down and a little over 10 yards to go. Kansas City's leading by a score of 17-10. Ben Dickey has quarterbacked them throughout. Mike George is the big 81 coming up there in the tight end spot. Split the running backs. Adele Middleton and Marty Smith. That is completed to Odom, and he's over there across the 30-yard line. Gary Green, the cornerback.
Pass completed to Steve Odom.
It'll be a first and 10 at the 31.
I can see the theory on pass offense as far as Bart Starr is concerned. Lynn Dickey, now watch him lead Odom back to the sidelines. He comes back to the football, which is one of the creeds for Bart Starr's pass offense right there. That prevents the interception, and it makes him get open.
Green Bay Packers trailing by 7 points here in the fourth quarter. They're moved to their own 31. They're in the slot right. Yardell Middleton. His neck tied as he got to the 34 by Willie Lee and Cliff Frazier.
Early first quarter score, Denver, a 1-yard run by Rob Little, the former University of Michigan All-American. They lead the Pittsburgh Steelers 7-0 first quarter. Oakland, field goal. Earl Mann, they lead Seattle 3-0. 35-yard field goal. Houston just, well, they turned the tables. Chicago shut out the Pack last week, and they're getting bombed.
Second down and 7. Ollie Smith in motion across. Third down Middleton. Well, he was trying to turn around, but couldn't make the corner. Tim Gray hanging on to the sleeve of the jersey. At the 35-yard line, it'll be third down and 6. Big third down play here for the Packers. We're in the fourth quarter, 10 minutes, 5 seconds left to play. Kansas City leading 17-10.
They haven't thrown to Rich George all day long.
And
See,
first,
I was going to say, Lindsey, one of the favorite plays. If they split the backfield, let me see if they come out here. There they are. They're split. Now, let's key those 2 remaining backs. If they swing out of the backfield, they will be the #1 receiver.
There they go. Ricky going to the sideline to McGeorge. Penalty marker on the play. Kansas City's had 16 first downs. Green Bay's had 13 first downs. Holding against the Green Bay Packers. That'll be declined, and it'll bring the punting unit on.
We have not had a turnover today. I think I'm right. That's right. Not one turnover.
Gary Green has dropped back to receive the punt of David Beverly.
Gary Green's dangerous too on his punt returns.
Green moves up, has it at his 30-yard line, to his 35, to his 38. Kansas City will start first and 10. They will start at their own 38. There was a 35-yard punt. Tackle was made by Andre Thompson. Kansas City 17, Green Bay 10.
Where?
Far sideline.
Well, he looks bigger than 5'11" to me. He's taller.
Gary Green was shaken up on that kickoff, on that punt return, but he's leaving under his own power as he comes off the field. And the Kansas City Chiefs have the football. Tom Bettis right there, you saw.
Told me he's a fine rookie. They're promoting him for AFC Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Chiefs have the ball just in advance of their own 38-yard line. Podolak and Brockington are the running backs for Livingston. Podolak to the 43-yard line. Dave Roller made the stop. Dave Purifoy. Mark Bailey's in there now. Brockington has come off for Kansas City.
Well, they get a solid performance out of him almost every week, don't they, Ed Podolak?
He's been doing it ever since he came out of the University of Iowa, where oddly enough he was a college quarterback. Second down, 4 yards to go.
They allow these broken down quarterbacks into halfbacks.
Podolak, and he is driving all the way to the 40-yard line of Green Bay, first and 10.
Oh, they've used that play on 5 or 6 occasions. Watch the blocking, end zone shot. Watch the center block. Right here goes the guard, shoves Roller out because of his quick move across the line of scrimmage. It just creates a natural hole for Ed Podolak. Having another good day running the football, the veteran. He's got 95 yards, Lindsey, rushing.
Kansas City's leading 17-10. We have 8 minutes, 35 seconds left to play in this game. Bailey, no gain. Red Carr got to it.
Stop by Fred Carr.
Freddie Carr has been stopping folks like that for about 10 years.
Yes, sir. Number 1 pick 10 years ago. Texas El Paso. 98 yards officially and 18 carries. He sent me on a little journey last night. Mr. Ed told me where to go.
Second down and 10 yards to go at the 40-yard line. Livingston, and it's batted down. Incomplete.
Don Hanson on the coverage, and he's still down over there.
Intended for White.
Yep, he sprained his ankle, I think.
Pass intended for Walter White.
Bill Curry there with, I don't know, Curry must be in pretty good shape. He's over there in shirt sleeves, a t-shirt. And its temperature is dipping here. It's nippy.
It's dipped since the start of the ball game when it was 58 degrees. It'll be third down and 10 yards to go. Livingston. Back at the 30. Shouldered out at the 25-yard line. Johnny Gray there.
15-yard pickup. I tell you, he does it all. Coming out of the backfield, Lindsey. Right here. Nobody picks him up. He's wide open. Purifoy tried to get to the quarterback just a little late. I think that's Johnny Gray.
Podolak getting inspected.
That shoulder down, got a little pop in the head.
The word from Kansas City's locker room, incidentally, is that Gary Green has bruised ribs and might not return. First and 10 for Kansas City at the Greenway 25. Tony Reed is in the backfield now. Tony Reed and Mark Bailey. Tony Reed is carried. Got to the 17-yard line. Tom Toner made the tackle. We'll make it second down and 3 yards to go for the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs still leading by a score of 17-10. Came into this game today with a record of 1 win and 6 losses.
Clock getting under 7 minutes here. 7 points would be tough against the Packers. They could get 7 here.
Tony Reed, first and 10. About the 12-yard line.
That's the same play over the middle, Lindsey. Now they got a man head up the center, Purifoy. Jack Rudney does a good job knocking him out of the way. And there's Tony Reed doing the rest. Johnny Gray again on the stop. Whoops, hit his hand on that face mask.
Word from Kansas City bench is that Ed Podolak has a bad gash over his left eye that will require stitches.
Yeah, he don't mind. He's tough enough. It's wonder he does. They just sew me up and put me back in.
That's what he said. He might be back. First and 10 at the 12-yard line. And Tony Reed, the outstanding rookie, is stopped inside the 7-yard line by Johnny Gray.
Johnny Gray again. Safety men start making tackles. They're getting through.
It'll be second down. 4 yards to go.
Podolak's the leading ground gainer in this ball game. He's also the leading pass receiver. How many has he caught over there?
Ball just outside the 6.
He's caught 449.
Reed struggled to the 5-yard line, where it will be third down and 3 yards to go. Clarence Williams made the stop. Clock is running with 5 minutes, 18 seconds remaining to be played in this game. Reed and Bailey are the setbacks on a third down play.
They go upstairs.
Livingston. No chance. Walter White was running the post there. So it's fourth down. And Jan Stenerud comes onto the field. Stenerud had a 23-yarder to climax the first possession by Kansas City today.
Well, he should have no problem with this. Almost like an extra point.
22-yarder. Tony Adams is holding for him. Stenerud. And it's good. And so the score is Kansas City 20 and the Green Bay Packers 10. With 4 minutes, 47 seconds remaining to be played in this game here at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City.
All right, Lindsey, would they do it again? Would they try the reverse again? It worked so beautifully for a 97-yard touchdown. Well, we'll have to wait and see. I'll tell you one thing, they also could have that fake reverse in their game plan, too.
Yeah. Coming up next now, St. Louis Cardinals and the Minnesota Vikings. You'll be seeing that one over most of these same stations at the conclusion of this telecast. Kansas City, of course, kicking off. Stenerud will boot it from the 35. Odom has dropped back. He took the one a moment ago at the 3-yard line, and then out to about the 18, he handed it off to Middleton. Nate Simpson is over in the left set, and Jim Culbreth is over right this time. Green Bay Packers have not used the same triumvirate back there on any kickoff reception this afternoon. They switch him around. Culbreth a couple of times has been over in the left set. Now he's in the right. Simpson is in the left. Stenerud. Simpson stepped out. At the 7-yard line, Simpson stepped out. He stepped out of bounds back at the 7-yard line.
It's a rookie mistake, Lindsey. He should have let the ball go. It would have gone out of bounds. They would have been penalized 5 yards, had to kick off from their own 30.
CBS Sports Special coming up Friday, November 18th at 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Leon Spinks and Alfio Rigetti.
Alfio Rigetti. Sounds like he's Italian. Leon Spinks, of course, undefeated. It'll be coming to you on CBS live from Las Vegas.
Friday, November 18th at 11:30 p.m.
There it is. See, that's way over on the sidelines, and his momentum was going to carry him out of bounds. Come on, let him go the other way. There we come. Right here, right there. Right foot's out of bounds. It's a no-no.
First and 10 at the 7-yard line. And Dickey from the end zone. Odom's got it out at the 30-yard line, and he goes out of bounds at the 36-yard line. Gary Barbaro was the defender.
And immediately, Lynn Dickey comes up with the big play. Steve Odom. 29-yard pickup. First to 10.
Word is that Don Hanson is out for the remainder of the ball game for Green Bay with a sprained ankle.
Odom's had a good day. 84 yards on 7 carries. 7 catches.
First and 10 for the Green Bay Packers. Dickey, screen left, gets it to Marty Smith. Dave Rosemek heard him out of bounds. Near the 45-yard line.
Little screen left to the fullback. Watch him wait. Good timing. Dickey, a nice lob over that defensive end. Got a standoff block over there. Steve Knutson was number 60. Close to the first down. A little short, about 1.5 yards.
They're doubling Smith and Odom to the right side for Dickey. Marty Smith. Well, he was driving, hopefully getting the first down. But Willie Lee closed him off, and they're going to mark it up there very close to the first down. He might have got it before he was thrown back.
Whitney Ball makes the stop on Marty Smith.
You're a little short. About 3.5 inches short.
It'll be third down coming. And by the Paul Hornung system, 3.5 inches short. Dickey has the football. Well, he looked at McGeorge, he was covered. He looked at Smith, he was covered. And then he moved up.
Got the first down.
Oh, the first and 10. Lee and Paul are putting the pressure on.
Carries for the first down. Goes to 47.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line for the Green Bay Packers.
I don't believe that.
Houston 40, Chicago Bears nothing in the fourth quarter. Last week, the Chicago Bears shut out the Green Bay Packers 26-0.
Tell you, Walter Payton must not be playing. Dickey now 13 out of 25, 130 yards.
Swing it out left to Harrell. Rosamek made the tackle at about the 44. Loss on the play.
Clock winding down, Lindsey. 2 minutes, 53 seconds. Tom Bettis might be having a successful debut. There's Tampa Bay's lost 78 in a row. Something like that. 10-0.
John McKay playing against the Los Angeles Rams. McKay, the head coach at Tampa for many years, head coach at Southern Cal in Los Angeles. 2nd and 14 at the 43-yard line. Dickey. And again recovered. And he is dropped by Willie Lee at the 41-yard line. 3rd and 16.
Well, he needs something. There's Zeke. He's talking to one of the coaches up in the press box. Offensively, Bart's listening. They need something out of their bag of tricks right here. See the signal? Da-da-dum. Da-la-la. You know what that is?
No, it looked like he was leading the back.
That's, please, Lynn, get a first down. I don't care what you call, get a first down.
3rd and long here. Ollie Smith across. Ollie Smith.
Good catch.
Got the football. 1st and 10. No, not 1st and 10. You'll recall it was long, so it's at the 45-yard line. It's going to be about 2.5 yards short. Gary Green back in to make the tackle.
Picked up about 13 yards. 4th down now. They need 3. Well, they need 2.5.
Green Bay in possession at the 45-yard line of the Kansas City Chiefs. So we have now 2 minutes remaining to be played in this game. We've arrived at the 2-minute warning. Kansas City 20 and the Green Bay Packers 10.
No, Ollie Smith. Ollie Smith. Tom Bettis. Really jumped in around the kickoff return, ran a reverse for 61 yards.
For those of you on your way out and going by Gate B, there's an agricultural mobile unit from the state of Washington representing the National FFA alumni designed to show the importance of quality agricultural education. So if you have a chance and have the time, you might want to tour that special exhibit by the FFA parked outside Gate B on your way out of the stadium. Thank you.
We have 2 minutes remaining to be played in this game. Green Bay has the ball, 4th down, 2.5 yards to go at the 45-yard line of the Kansas City Chiefs, and they are, of course, going to go for it at this stage in the game, trailing by 10 points.
Well, they got to have it. They've got to have it if they want to have a chance to put some points up. They don't get it.
They don't get it at all as Turdell Middleton was popped by Whitney Paul. Whitney Paul, number 64.
Second-year man from Colorado with the big stop.
Ball goes over. Ball goes over to the Kansas City Chiefs in excellent field position, their own 47. Chuck Will is our producer.
Can't hit a 3-iron, though.
Directed by Marvin Muse. Phil Ruskin, our associate producer. Oscar Vital and Dick Shapiro.
Called the stadium operator. Jim Screw called the stadium operator.
1st down and 10 yards to go at the 47-yard line. 1 minute 52 seconds left to play in the game. Brockington crossed into Green Bay territory at the 49. He got 4 yards on the play. Johnny Gray brought him down.
Fox continuing to run. They'll have to take a timeout in a minute. Pack.
Each have 3 times out remaining in this ball game. Clock is running with 1 minute 25 seconds left to play. Kansas City leading 20-10.
Well, there's Brockington. 10 rushes, a total of 10 yards. Did not do too much, but he did catch a couple of passes that were significant for Kansas City. Didn't look outstanding.
Tony Reed. Well, if first you don't succeed, try again and you may get popped. Steve Luke.
There's a flag down. It's going to be unnecessary roughness piling on the sidelines.
Tom Bettis in his debut day as a head coach in the National Football League.
I remember when we used to wear that crew cut. Just don't make too many mistakes. Don't fumble the football. That's what Tom's thinking right now.
The officials across the way are still in conference.
Cost him 15. First down.
So the penalty puts the ball at the Green Bay 38-yard line. First and 10, Bob Frederick, the referee. Time remaining in set, 56 seconds.
Personal foul, number 50 of the defense. First down.
Jim Carter, middle linebacker, personal foul. Roeder gets romantically involved with a restaurant owner, which means that at least you'll eat well. They say that the way to a man's heart's through his stomach. Tonight we'll find out if the same holds true for Roeder. Starting at 8/7 Central and Mountain Time. First down, 10 yards to go at the 38-yard line. Brockington. Inside the 35, Johnny Gray made the stop. Gain of 4.
Dave Purifoy getting up very slowly on the sideline over there.
Coming up next on most of these same stations, the St. Louis Cardinals and the Minnesota Vikings. It will be coming along at the conclusion of this telecast, in which we have 39 seconds remaining, and Tom Bettis strolls along the sideline on the brink of becoming successful on his first day as a head coach.
It's not a record.
Packers have taken a timeout. They have 2 remaining. It is a charged timeout.
Well, both these teams need some help in the draft for the next couple of years, I think, really to turn it around.
Second down and 6 yards to go. Kansas City at the Green Bay 34-yard line. Tony Reed did not get the first down yardage. Ball got away after the whistle. Willie Buchanan made the tackle.
Few more scores as the clock ticks away, 47-0. I'll tell you, Houston scored every way possible. Fumble, recovery, kickoff, return, couple touchdown passes. Los Angeles, 10-point lead, second quarter, Tampa Bay. That's it. Color whistle in history.
3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and that is it. Time has run out and the ball game is over. Kansas City Chiefs have their second win of the year. Tom Bettis, in his debut day as a head coach in the NFL, has a victory, and Bart Starr is there to congratulate him. The Pack is now 2-6. Kansas City is also 2-6 for the year, as Kansas City has won the ball game by a final score of 20-10. Stay tuned as the NFL Today continues after this word from your local station.
People who love the rodeo and beer in the park, who grew up in Kansas City jail. Yes, Kansas City. Kansas spirit is something.